Hello everybody and welcome to another League of Legends video. This one featuring Jungle Morgana. And I'm gonna get leashed on blue right here. As you can see on my team, if you haven't noticed, we have a Lux going top, going bot with Nidalee. We're gonna have we're gonna have Darius mid and then Pantheon solo top. Yes, Darius mid, because our Bob is awesome. So blue's gonna reset and I'm gonna be very pissed because I started with a Doran's ring. And so I'm gonna bind it, and yeah, Lux is gonna steal one of my little lizards, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to be able to survive, as you can see, and be able to get blue buff. So I have done this before, but unfortunately I died doing it and my leasher stole my blue. So this game is really good, so I'm going to start with my Q and get my W because I noticed that it might deal more damage, but honestly I haven't experimented well with it. So as you can see, I am almost dead, so thank Jesus for my passive. So as you can see, I started with 49 AP, and as you can already see, first blood from Darius on mid on Fizz, so that's already GG. Okay, so Morgana's passive is Soul Siphon. Morgana has bonus spell vamp. It does go up as you level up, but they did nerf it in the latest patch. Her Q is what I started off with, is Dark Binding. This is like her main attacky spell, I should say, I guess. She fires a bolt of dark energy towards a target location, binding the first unit hit to the ground for 2 seconds and dealing magic damage with an almost 1.0 ability power ratio. Alrighty, so I'm gonna walk in there so I can bind the big lizard, big wraith, and then I'm gonna throw down my tormented soil. This is what I normally max up first, but on Jungle Morgana I tend to max up my Q first because I feel it just helps easier. So as you can see, tormented soil curses a large area for 5 seconds. As you can see, that's it right there, that black thing on the ground, that's what she said. Enemies on the cursed ground are dealt magic damage and have their magical resistance reduced by 4 at level 1 every second. So really, it can go up to, at level 1, you can lower their magic resist by 20 if they stay on it for all 5 seconds. So normally what you should do is bind them, then throw down your tormented soil so they do get that magic resist lowered, and then use your ultimate, which is Soul Shackle, which is one of my favorite abilities, and unfortunately Nidalee died bot to a Warwick gank. So Soul Shackle is one of my favorite abilities in this game. Hang on, oh there we go. Deals magic damage to nearby enemies and slows their movement speed by Darius getting another kill. Slows their movement speed by a percentage for a few seconds, and I'm almost dead to this red buff, but I should be able to survive just barely. Additionally, if Morgana stays within 600 range of the targets for the full 3 seconds, they are dealt an additional magic damage and become stunned for 1 second. I'm not sure if this, I think the stun goes up. But the great thing about this skill is that basically you can just flash in, ult, and then when they're all stunned, you can Q the enemy ranged AD carry, then throw down your tormented soil, and it's going to be fun. So it looks like this Jarvan ghosted, but I'm going to be able to throw down my binding, and I also have red buff, which makes it impossible for him to escape, and Pantheon's going to get the kill. So he got ganked by a Jungle Morgana. I bet he feels pretty pissed. So her E is Black Shield. I normally tend to max this last. It's only good for like the level 1. It's only, like, you don't need it so much. I mean, it's alright, but it's just better to just leave it at level 1. Black Shield, so it places a shield around target friendly champion. It can go on herself, absorbing magic damage and preventing disables while the shield holds. So it's basically like a mini Banshee's Veil or Siva shield. It lasts 5 seconds or until the shield has been depleted. So I started with the Dorans. Now I have boots and some potions because I need the potions, otherwise I'll die, because I cannot rely on my Soul Siphon. And I'm sure that's the same name for Nasus's passive, but I'm not too sure. So as you can see, Jungle Morgana, there's not really anything to it. Just don't die. Get a really, really, really good leash, which is almost what I got. I got a bit of a retarded leash. But, yeah, just don't die. Recall when you need to. Don't try and go, oh, I can make one more camp, because you probably can't. And I am either going to go, yeah, I'm going to go bot for a gank, but I fail bot, so I decide to go invade, and I think I might find the enemy Warwick. No, I don't. Anyway. Whoa, slow down. Alrighty, so I fail my binding and just walk away, as you can see. She looks so awesome. Anyway. So, as you can see, I'm just trying to think of what to do, but I don't decide to do anything. I see that his golems are gone, so I thought he might be at Wraiths or at red. He's not at red, his red is gone, so he might be at Wraiths. There's Misfortune following behind me. I saw one little Wraith, and I smite it because I'm retarded. And then I go mid for a gank, but I fail, and Darius comes to join me in the bush. No, he doesn't. Never. And Misfortune's mid, apparently. So, Fizz couldn't really handle mid, so they decided to swap out. Swap out and give Misfortune mid, and Warwick's here as well because I was there. And I decide to go for this blue, so I'm just checking the bushes, seeing if it's up. And then we decide to go for this Warwick because we thought he was at blue, but we decided he was actually at red. Wolves. So we can see it's not there. So we decide to go for the Wolves, and there he is. So there's the pullback from Darius, then there's the slow, there's the movement speed. I flash bind because I'm awesome, and then we're able to get him. And then Darius gets exhausted, but we back off, and we decide to go for blue buff, and give it to me. Because I am our AP carry, because we basically have what should be a jungler mid, and then what should be a mid jungling, so it's a bit weird. And I didn't want to use smite for some reason because I am absolutely retarded, and I almost die, sort of, not really. And then I decided to go top for a gank, but I was going to go mid, but then I noticed he could handle it, so I decided to go top, because top probably doesn't have any wards. But then I noticed Pantheon's recalling, but he's not going to, he's going to stick around for me. So, I want you guys to watch this really pro save. Okay, Jarvan's gonna ghost after this Pantheon, then there's the ultimate Demacia, just as Pantheon tries to stun away, but it looks like that stun failed for some reason. Then that Pantheon passive is gonna be able to block Jarvan. Jarvan's gonna be stuck in his ultimate, there's the ultimate break. I'm going to bind him just before he gets the final hit on Pantheon. Pantheon going down to 20 HP, and then we're going to be able to save him. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, all that weight, and I just said it was pretty cool. So, that was a really fun gank for me. I knew I should have gone top, so that's why I went top, and that was good timing. And that's what you, normally items, like item-wise, while playing Morgana, you should go for things like, all these items are pretty good, like Rabadons I go for. I like to try and get a Zhonya's Hourglass because, it gives you extra armor, ability power, it has a needlessly large rod, and there's only 2 items that have that. And also because of its active, which places you into like a invulnerable stage for 2 seconds, and which means that you can flash in, ult, and then use your Zhonya's. They can't attack you, and they get stunned. This is while they're actually committing in a team fight though, because if they're just running around, then you ult, they're probably gonna just walk out. So I wanted to go for this Misfortune, so I decided to fail my binding, and then I ult because I'm awesome like that. I use my spell shield in case I need to, but I died to the turret anyway. But they don't get the kill, so I'm fine with that. So when I went back, let's see what I get. It seems I get a needlessly large rod. But not yet. You'll see it. Needlessly large now. 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 There we go. There we go. See, I told you. So, as you can see, our Darius is just raping Misfortune's face off, and Jarvan's getting neck and neck with this Pantheon. It seems Pantheon's getting quite low, but Jarvan's taking some hits as well. But it looks like Pantheon's got the upper hand Jarvan's got the upper hand right now. So, I'm going for blue buff and hoping I don't die, but I do have my needlessly large, so it should be fine. And I do have my smite up as well. There's the smite, and I'm gonna go bot for a gank. So, as you can see, Warwick's bot now with Soraka. We don't know what where Fizz is. I think he either shows up or he DC'd, I'm not too sure. There he is. So, I saw that they were going for me, so I bind just as Fizz gets down. Then I decide to put a spell shield ult because I know that I was probably gonna die. So, that was a nice stun. Then I use my binding, so it binds onto the Warwick, and then I just barely miss that Fizz ultimate, and then Fizz is going for me, and then he's going to use the different stuff, and thank goodness for my spell shield, and look at that, he's about to die, Lux snipe, and steals a kill. Steals the kill. I could have killed him, he was on my pull, and then Lux kills him. I was very pissed at that, and I guess it was fine with the Lux, fine for the Lux to do that, but jeez, it's very annoying. So, I'm gonna recall, let's see what I buy. I just buy pots, I think. Yeah, pots, wards. Maybe not. Someone's ghosting. I believe it is Nidalee. Hot shot Nidalee, GG. Yes. So, as you can see, from my Darius video and this one, it's got the new terrain. It's alright. I mean, it's better frame rates. And it looks like Darius is killing Misfortune again. Yay! And I'm getting red buff. Yay! Because everybody needs a Jungle Morgana with red buff. Or double buff, actually. And I wanted to go top to help out Pantheon, but I noticed Jarvan wasn't here, but he's actually just lurking in a bush. I think. And the good thing about Morgana is that her spell shield, she's able to go over things like, Nidalee and Caitlyn traps without actually getting damaged, but they don't have any on this team, unfortunately. Like, oops, excuse me, we have a Nidalee, but yeah, I can't really do anything about that. So, I wanted to just check if Warwick is around and then steal this blue, but I get attacked, I think, by Misfortune. I'm not too sure. Maybe not. Nope, I don't. So, I get blue buff, then I decide to go for wolves, and then I don't because I decide to go for Pantheon. And Jarvan. And Jarvan meets me, and he actually is 2 levels above me, and actually decides to rape my face off. So he ghosts, but I just flash over, because he's smart, and pop a health pot, and it's a-okay. So unfortunately Jarvan somehow gets to bot with Telly, I guess, yep, and kills our Nidalee. Then Lux dies, and unfortunately that's going to set us a little bit behind, and to top it off, our Nidalee player DCs. But we noticed that they were gone, so we decided to go for mid, and we do end up taking it with Darius tanking the turret. So we decide to go for Jarvan, and Jarvan's getting really low. I decide to ult even with one person there. Then I go after this Jarvan, then Darius are going to take him down. We go after Soraka. Soraka's almost dead. There's a Pantheon ultimate going in here while Darius kills the Soraka with his ultimate. Then they're going to go after this Fizz while he gets really low. There's the W from Darius. Then there's the ultimate from Jarvan, Darius just as he dies, and that's going to get a triple kill. And then they're going to go after this. Nope, they're not going to go for Misfortune. So that was a 3-for-1, so I'm fine that I died. So I went back. Well, I didn't go back. I bought Sork shoes and some pots and some wards, maybe. Yep, there we go. And continue with my merry life. Oh, wow. Oh, that's an interesting view. So as you can see, Warwick's going to run into the bush here while Darius is waiting with double buff, and they're going to be able to rape his face off. So Darius was really annoyed because Lux just stole that kill off him, but it doesn't really matter, it's a KS kill secure. I wanted to ward that bush, so I go up with my spell shield, and then there's Jarvan and everybody else. So I decide to bind, and it misses Fizz and goes for Jarvan, unfortunately. But that was a nice binding onto Fizz anyway from the Lux. And then there's a nice Fizz ultimate going onto all 5 of us, but it looks like Darius is going to take this for us. And then they're going to go in, there's a nice, and I'm going to use my different abilities, and then use my ultimate just as everybody's together while using my spell shield on myself. Now, I'm not sure who to go for, so I decide to go for no one. Then I go for this Soraka, but unfortunately Miss Fortune gets in the way of my binding. I die to Miss Fortune, so is almost Lux, and then because Miss Fortune has red buff, and then there was Warwick, and then Warwick decides to ult Pantheon, so Lux didn't need a flash, but then Pantheon fails his flash, sort of, not really, and then he stuns and then goes the other way. And Warwick's going to chase after Pantheon. Pantheon's getting really low, but Pantheon in the end dies to a Warwick Q, as you can see right now. Probably should have saved the stun for when he was at the turret, but that's unfortunate. So, I'm going to go for blue buff because I'm awesome like that, because I'm Morgana and I need it. And it's here for me. So, Fizz is pushing bot, and he's just used his playful stack Trickster. He flashes away out of my frickin' Q because he's an asshole like that. And it looks like Darius is gonna get ganked top. But it looks like I'm taking damage from minions, and Darius is gonna be fine because here comes Pantheon, and there's gonna be no one there. I've been playing a lot of Pantheon jungle as well. You'll find that in my next video. I believe I can fly. Alrighty, so we're going to go after this turret. Well, I'm not going to. I'm going to go bot because I wanted to go after this Fizz, but it looks like Darius is almost going to get Jarvan or Misfortune, but we were going to go after this Fizz if Lux got her binding, but she doesn't, and Soraka's there as well, so we decide to back off. Sort of, not really. And here comes Warwick as well. I fail a random binding, and then I'm really annoyed because we're gonna die, and looks like we're not gonna die. So I decided to go for Soraka. That was a nice binding, so I decided to use my ultimate as well. Well, in just a second. I probably should have used my spell shield because then I would have survived. I would have survived Thingo's ultimate. So I decided to go for Soraka. I was able to kill her. I flashed away, but unfortunately Warwick Qs me and kills me. But that was a 1-for-1, so it was alright. So I decided to buy a blasting wand. And as you can see, Pantheon getting a kill on Jarvan and surviving on quite a bit of HP. So nothing really happening that's amazing, except Darius getting another kill on Miss Fortune. So it looks like this Darius is going onto this Jarvan maybe. I can't click on him. I can't click on him. Okay. Nope, looks like this Jarvan might be a bit too strong. But here comes Jungle Morgana anyway, and for some reason my binding sound went off. But I was able to bind onto this Jarvan, and I was able to get my Q and W on him. But other than that, I didn't really do anything. So I wanted to go mid to help this Pantheon against Miss Fortune, Soraka, and Warwick. and I run into nobody. But I decide to go top because Jarvan and Fizz are gonna get this turret. But they're gonna get the turret in the end. But I'm gonna try and survive and save it anyway. So there's the binding onto Fizz. He's getting really low, so they get the turret. I ult, and my red buff is gonna kill him anyway. But I decide to go for Jarvan, and minions get in the way, so I can't bind him, which makes me really annoyed. And I used my W, so I didn't have enough on my binding, so I'm really retarded. And I am really annoyed because in this game they don't let me recall in this little part, I think. Yep. So, I am almost getting my Rabadons, but unfortunately we couldn't get it. So, I decide to wait around a bit so we can get it. And it looks like there's nothing going on at top. So as you can see, I'm going to buy my death cap now and be on with my merry life. So I decided to go for this first because I want more damage, and then after this I'll go for a Zhonya's. But as you can see, Darius is killing Fizz, and then someone's going to flash. And as you can see, I'm going to slow this down. Pantheon's going to ult in, and I don't know where he went, but Darius is going to try and go after Dusty Mustard, who I believe is the Warwick player. Yep. And he's going to be able to kill him with an ultimate. And then Lux is going to ult onto the enemy Jarvan. And Jarvan's going to get really low, so we were hoping that someone would be able to finish him off. But in the end, he doesn't because Pantheon stands still for some reason. And then we decide to go for this Soraka. And I don't get an assist. Probably should have spell shielded one of them. So Darius is going to ghost. He probably should have ghosted earlier and gone after Jarvan. But it doesn't really matter. So, as you can see, they're still chasing well past the place they should. And as you can see, Darius is getting really low because he got exhausted. And there's Misfortune and Jarvan. And there was a nice ultimate from the Darius, and there's Pantheon going to pick up the kill on Misfortune. So, us three together, we're going to take blue buff and give it to Darius because he needed blue the most. And I just saw an ignite going on there because it's going to be GG. They surrendered. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. Like, favorite, comment, subscribe for a slow-mo Nexus destruction. Thanks guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed Jungle Morgana. Like, favorite, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Leave a comment on who you would like me to play next. Thanks guys for watching, and look out for my other videos coming out soon.